I welcome you to my channel, Psychological Stories. Here we tell the stories of people who have faced psychological problems and talk openly about their problems. We help them become better people. Today we have Nicole as our guest, and she's going to talk about her problem with her husband. Hello, Nicole.
Hello, doctor. I can't clarify my husband's attitude towards me. He says that he loves me, and it seems to be so. He helps me around the house. He is always near me. If I ask him, he does everything. But there is one big but. He does not support me, neither in my work, nor in relations with relatives, nor in simple conversation, nor in my endeavors. That is, in beginnings he supports. At the initial stage I tried to get a job as a makeup artist, to gain clients. He bought all the tools, paid for courses. Then he starts to criticize and say that it does not suit me. And in general, he often does not believe me when I claim something. I have to constantly prove that I am not stupid. Or, for example, I was insulted just for no reason by his colleague, and he kept silent. Also, his sister spoke badly about me in front of him. Again, he kept silent. My husband says, "Calm down, she's like that." And how can you calm down? It's not the first time. So he does not even try to defend me. He would have stood up for me. It's very frustrating. I don't understand my husband, as I am always ready to stand up for him. My self-esteem has plummeted in recent years. Now I don't work. I don't even want to start something. I'm afraid of criticism and that I won't succeed again. And it's hard to find a good job in our region. So I decided to become a housewife or take up any hobby that can be monetized. But again, I do not find that I would be interested. Tell me how to behave and what to do in this situation. I do not want to spend my whole life trying to prove that I am not stupid and do not find support. By the way, and with my parents I have the same trouble. They think that I am still an unintelligent girl, which was many years ago. So it turns out that there is no understanding from anyone, and it is very hard without it. Sometimes I think that it would be easier for me alone, but now I doubt that I can do something. That I can start my life over again and change cardinally my profession and not depend on anyone. Help me to understand the situation.
Each of us has a set of some certain rules for ourselves and others. In psychology, this is called oughtness, and it is a cognitive distortion. That is, in fact, a thinking error. Somewhere some time ago, we internalized that everything should be this way and not otherwise. Something was explained by parents, something by educators and teachers, something we thought up on our own. It is difficult for the brain to live in chaos, so it tries to form for itself an understandable system of coordinates on the principle of what is good and what is bad. But how much does our brain do in this case correctly? Where do we have indisputable evidence of what we correctly consider acceptable or not? Because we are not used to questioning all our internal attitudes and forming critical thinking to disbelieve every thought that comes into our head, we get the same result. Usually it is the result of disappointment in other people. We understand how it should be, and naturally we expect others to understand it too. Everything is clear and simple for us. Why are others not able to reach it? And we get upset because they all do not do what we would like them to do. Although if we go deeper into this topic, we can realize that others have exactly the same shoulds, and they expect something from us which we cannot understand. It's just that each person has his or her own shoulds. Each of us expects from others what we have learned during the period of our life. And these expectations are different for everyone. That's worth keeping in mind. What's more, we need to consider that shoulds themselves are nothing more than self-deception. Well, other people will not meet all our internal expectations. And besides, they do not have to do it at all. And once we accept this, we will begin to be more relaxed about the fact that our loved ones are not as ideal as we would like them to be. In your relationship, your spouse is behaving in a way that he or she feels is right for him or her, and that is his right. It is your right to agree with him, or, of course, we all want everything to be perfect in our relationships, but that's again, it's an obligation. It doesn't work that way. It is necessary to learn to build relationships and constructively solve the emerging contradictions. And even in cases when these contradictions are not resolved, to realize that the other person has the right to his own opinion, even if it is a husband, wife, brother, sister, parents, or your children, and that's okay. Others will not live by our stencils. That's not how it works. It's understandable when a relationship has more in common and a little different. That's a good sign. It is also clear that if there are more minuses than pluses in a relationship, then the question arises, what is the point of such a relationship? But if you yourself feel that in general, your relationship suits you, but there are some rough edges, then it is worth asking yourself, is the other person obliged to fully meet my expectations? And do I myself fully meet the other person's expectations? Taking into account that you have similar misunderstandings with your parents, you should take a closer look at yourself, your thinking, your beliefs, and try to adapt your brain to the existing reality. For example, you write, I have to constantly prove that I'm not stupid. Why do you need to prove it to someone? Who said that you have to do it? Did you? Does your inner oughtness require you to prove something to someone? How true is that? And how useful is it? I always tell my clients and readers, if we don't turn off our shoulds and expect specific behavior from other people, and it doesn't happen, we will become frustrated over and over again until we accept the fact that other people have the right to behave as they see fit, and it doesn't have to affect our psychological well-being. So it's always better to start with ourselves. After all, we always have a better chance of correcting ourselves, our attitude, than others. Thank you for sharing the problem. And thank you, viewers, for watching our video to the end. If you have your own stories and problems, please write in the comments. We will definitely help you. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss new videos. Goodbye!